Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here obviously playing as Tunis. So, we are considering expanding into the Congolese area of Africa in hopes of getting 50% trade in the Ivory Coast trade node, which is going to be tricky to do considering the sheer amount of Europeans in there, but we're at 20%, which makes us one of the larger trade powers in the area. Not the largest per se. Well, actually, we are the largest, but we could still pick up some more land. We want to pick off these guys who are worth 9. Yeah, and then if we improve our buildings, we might be able to pull off some more. So currently I'm plotting against this person down here, Soyo, in hopes of picking up some of their trade lands. We'll see how that goes. They'd be willing to send me trade power, but I need more than that. Our conversion is also going reasonably well, except in that one province, which is now occupied by rebels. We've almost cleared out the fetishists from Eastern West Africa. Eastern West Africa, there we go. And we've still got a handful over here to deal with, but it's going reasonably fast. So I'm not too worried about that. On the other hand, we are also looking at well, to be honest, we're looking at a coalition. Castile, Aragon, and the Pope. We're a little worried about that. We still have Ottomans on our side, and it also looks like Aragon is being beaten up by Provence a little bit. Which is interesting of a war. Huh. Why is Provence is actually able to do anything considering they're entirely occupied. So we'll see how that's going. We're also privateering the heck out of the Sevilla trade node here, pulling in 30, 40 gold every couple months from it, which is nice. Obviously we're getting penalties because we're privateering the people there. Not getting any on Great Britain, which is nice. I guess Savoy is emperor. Interesting. That is actually an HRE that has growing imperial authority. Only when they're at peace. That's nice to see. Otherwise, I'd start to get worried the AI would really reform that. So we're also getting close to finishing off one of our idea groups, which would be nice. Exploration ideas. Still waiting on global trade. Ooh, I will take it. Thank you. Still waiting on global trade to spread to our lands. Still waiting on a lot of things, to be honest. This army already made it. Fair enough. Okay. We converted a province of our vassal, which is good to have done. I'm going to work on the rest of them. That way there's no revolts left in this area. Once I get a chance. There we go. And I will work on that one. 10 months. That should make them stable. From peasants, I can actually upgrade this trade node. There we go. Thinking we also are going to want to add Cairo and that area to our trade network at some point, because there's 40 development. Yeah. How many can we support? One more. I'm actually going to do Alexandria first, because we have that wonderful thing. If we can get Alexandria to a level 2 center of trade, then we can pop this mission here and get it up 1 to 3, which would be kind of cool. Also get us those nice bonuses you get from level 3. So really right now we're just waiting on getting exploration ideas done, which would allow us to do bonus morale of navies and spy detection, which, considering we're fighting Castile navally, that would be a really good idea. Really wish we could get some more rating. We have to get 100 from it, I believe, right? 100 gold. So we clearly need more privateers. So the naval force limit is the key thing to see. We actually have this area done, which is interesting. We can start worrying about upgrading it. I'm thinking we're probably going to do Admiralty. What's the other one? Ideally a Tunisian township and a governance. Governess would be awesome. Cheaper ships. So where do we want to go next? Because we want to pick up 3 of them. let's jump over to here. We're not planning on dominating the trade here. We're just wanting to spread a little bit. Considering this province alone is not much of it at all. What is it, like 2%? Or maybe it hasn't even registered yet. It's not clear. Let's check over here. It's 0.5. 0.5% of the trade power. Okay, good thing I was not overwhelmingly relying on that for income. Let's get Soyo done here. It will also allow us to pick up Mapemba down there, which was the Congolese capital. The goal is to take it because it doesn't apply to that trade node, but it will apply to the node feeding into it. And the more we can start accumulating control of those nodes, the better off we are. I'm not clear who else we are at war with. Ah, those guys. Okay. We can afford another general because our admiral just died and we're not exploring anymore, which, to be honest, I should probably start exploring again. Oh well. I'll push those guys out. We're actually having good income now because of the privateering and the obviously raiding trade fleets. It's a shame it wasn't more valuable earlier, but that's just the way it goes. I guess we move over here. Get rid of the Shia first, and then we'll work our way through the rest of this region. I'm fine with letting Venice own this province. They do have a fair amount of trade power out of that, right? Yeah, they're getting 37 out of that. They must have poured some nice investments into it. Oh, it is a trading... Oh, they have a trading post. Because obviously it's Venice. That's what Venice does. Stick trade posts everywhere. This is a little unfortunate, but... we'll just have to overwhelm them with sheer trade numbers. That's really what it comes down to. Why did you pick that fight? Because now I have to go rescue you. But we get the global empire going. Since this is the only policy we can do, we're going to take it. That pushes our naval force limit up to 72, everyone. 72. That is a lot better than what it is now. Also, we can go raiding. So, where is our fleet? Oh, unfortunately, it looks like our allies have done some raiding since then. Oh, nice. We captured another part of a trade fleet. We've won that siege. We can't raid there. Okay. Pull it down here. That should be enough to force these guys out. Yes, 70. Good. Take the income, take the trade and all that. And it's just a matter of taking the rest of this land. And keeping an eye on my raiding fleet, obviously. So let's just do this Alexandria stuff now. Oh, we can't do it during war. Duh. Okay. Let's just do this raiding. Can we... Somebody... at some point I gotta kick... Oh, I'm too early. I'm too early. I was gonna say, at some point I've got to kick them out of the... causing trouble in Morocco, but I guess that was me, actually, who was the most recent raider of that area. Yeah. How was I to know? Anyhow, they've occupied my one down here, which we'll definitely want to try and stick in a state at some point to get more trade power going. Right now tech is too expensive, so let's do Tolerance of the True Faith. Next one we can do, we can get the additional Tolerance of the True Faith, additional Land Force modifier, and we can get some yearly prestige going. So soon we will have lots of bonuses. We're finally starting to come into the power of Tunis. It's just taken us till 1620-ish to actually fully be able to do anything. No, we're not going to do that. We are going to instead build some frigates. Pretty much everywhere we can right now. Because we need more ships that can actually privateer properly. And the way you do that is you use frigates. Plus we've learned we can go massively over our naval force limit and still be able to fund things to some degree. Colonial range, that's fine. Obviously we're going to lose some of this innovation, but we never really had any innovation, so not a problem. It's always nice when things that should be a problem are not a problem, because you're not actually playing the game that way. We have managed to accumulate 60 prestige, by the way. This is me saying I never play with prestige at all. Now all of a sudden I'm raking it in. We're going to go into debt again. Oh, greedy Corsair. We'll kill him off. If he's going to raid my fleet, he's going to die for it. We are going more into debt, but hey, we got 75 Diplo power, so I will take that. At some point, I've got to deal with that inflation, though. That is not a good heir, but I can't afford to disinherit him. 7, so he's not terrible. It's just not good at all. We could wipe these guys out. Let's do that. Oops. Shoot, if I raise autonomy, we're going to lose what little absolutism we have. I guess we'll just have to kill off the rebels when they spawn. They're all Catholic, or some of them are Catholic, which is interesting. Oh well. We want to get as much absolutism as possible. We could pay off that debt, but I want to do the Alexandria first. Alexandria 2. Then we'll do Conquer Alexandria. We get it to 3. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Gives us yearly naval tradition decay. And it also gets us 8% of the trade in that node. Not bad. We can't afford to pay off that debt. Nor can we afford to go raiding until next June. Okay. You know what I need to do, and I've forgotten to do it, is I need to give this land to the merchants. Because they get the biggest bonus from trade stuff. This is not a one either. Okay. How much does that net us of this trade node? 36. We need 14% more in order to start automatically converting it. Not that really there's going to be much to auto-convert, but there is a small amount of Catholic lands and stuff, so it'd make it slightly harder for them to hold on to it, I guess. Okay, the fleet is appearing. We're putting all our wonderful shipbuilding capacities into full operation. There we go. Isn't it nice to see a fleet appear out of thin air? I think. Oh, we still got some more. Some of our land takes longer to build ships than others. I suspect we're probably building them out of the famed cedars of Lebanon and stuff. That was a big source of wood in those days. Ouagadougou. Okay, let's continue this conversion. We want to try and get this area stable as soon as possible. You're converting, you're not converting well. We'll risk some rebels for the moment. All the ships are built, so let's add them to our Corsairs fleet. Essentially what our fleet is, Corsairs, but going under the slightly politer sounding name of privateers. There we go. Add that all together. How many do we have to have all working together? I think it's 500, right? So obviously we don't have that. Yeah, we have to have 500 ships privateering. We have 78. From what I said about having to take some idea groups I don't like taking, yeah, that's going to be a thing. We're going to have to do maritime ideas at least. Anything that gives us naval force limit we're going to have to take, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's put this one to drilling. Converting, coring, all of it's slowly going in our favor. Really could use paying off that loan, but clearly not going to happen anytime soon. We've got 70 prestige. We need 75. So what we need is an event that gives us prestige at this point. That's literally all we need to rank up to Empire. Luckily, by being a great power, it does slow the decline a bit. We have actually passed the Ottomans. Would you believe that? We are now larger than the Ottoman Empire. Not on our own, though. That does include our 2 marches. Or 2 lands. I'm thinking it's time to get rid of Oyo finally. Just add them to the Empire. Palu over here in Malacca is working away. Still have absolutely no trade power in this node, but oh well. It's kind of the fun of getting trade companies. They don't really do much unless you're a major colonizer. We want to go towards the hardliners ideally. At least for now, because it gives us the increased income. Should probably mothball all my forts though. Except for like that one and this one. Because they're right on the borders with the enemies. It's going to be a long time here before this aggressive expansion goes away. Like 50 years. Ugh. We may have to just attack them regardless of the coalition, which would be really risky. However, we're now rating 53 gold on treasure fleet, so if we added another 20 or so private light ships, we could probably snag some more. What we really need is an additional 350 admin power, so I can get the bonus prestige and finish off the idea tree. We have a lot of tolerance to the true faith, which is nice, which means once our lands are converted, we shouldn't have to deal with any rebels. I wonder if I can just send this on the privateer mission in the same node. Will it automatically merge? I think it does. Or maybe not. Well, if I highlight both of them, eventually they'll both be in the same spot, and I can merge them. I think. Yeah, there we go. They actually auto-merged. Nice. Hey, guess what? We now have enough prestige. Government rank. Woohoo! Empire rank. Awesome. That is really good, actually. That stabilizes our entire empire and allows us more. It doesn't actually allow us more states unless it hasn't registered. Might not have registered yet. Yeah, it does. So we can add places like Cairo into our lands, which will be nice. Congolese separatists, yes, I anticipated you. Cairo, obviously, itself will take some time. Let's give Alexandria here to the merchants. Right now, we don't have a huge bonus from owning this, but at some point, we're going to want to start steering this trade to a trade node that we can actually use it in, like Genoa. But right now, our presence is pathetic, to say the least. 3%. Oh, well. That's just the way it goes. These guys have a very tough trade game. For a long, long time. We could become Defender of the Faith, but why we would want to, I don't know. I really do need to rein in this inflation, don't I? Can I get an inflation advisor? It's too expensive. Darn. Okay. That's cord. That was our goal for the war, if I remember right. No, Soyo was. Okay. Obviously, we'll want to add this to the trade network when we get the chance. 36. Our reform is so slow. It is so slow. I'm going to lose the government progress. Not what I want to do in the slightest, but I also don't want to lose the admin points at this point. Okay. I think we still have that conversion bonus, yeah, for the syncretism, or however you say it. Really should look that up. Anyhow, we've almost managed to get this land converted. I think we've got, yeah, that's it, really. Palu over there in Indonesia is colonizing about as fast as I anticipated it to do so, which was not fast at all. Once this is done, we'll definitely add the Congolese coast into a state. Core construction, nice. Se 70 rated from a treasure fleet. We need 100 to get the first achievement. We're probably going to get that one before we get any other ones. Oh well. I don't think I'm going to mess around in the Congo node at all. I mean, I could expand that way, but for right now, it's not worth the states, really. There we go. That's still a territorial core. Of course it is. Why does it always make the province I want to actually make into a core the last one? Probably because they're the most expensive ones, but still. Oh, guess what? We have 95 prestige. I think we can afford to spend some of it. $150. I'll take it. Minister to 70. New World Mission. Admin power. Awesome. Okay, we are now looking at needing 400 there. Actually, you know what I need to do is go rating. I forgot all about that. I always forget the rating. Okay, let's go do that before I completely forget again. We still need like 2k gold to get this institution, which is a problem, but... Do you think they've got enough ships protecting against privateers in that trade node, or what? Look at this, we're getting nothing from raiding here. Sheesh. Okay, well, let's actually try privateering in this trade node, and then raiding. I'm wondering if that's going to make the difference. My army will win that fight. It helps a little bit. By increasing it, we actually managed to counteract some of their protection, but it doesn't actually stop their protection. Well, they finally caught on to the fact that I was using it as essentially a giant bankroll. Yeah, I'm not going to get anything from these raids, but might as well execute them pretty much anyway. Speaking of which, we appear to be losing sailors, yes. It's costing us more money a month to get our keep our sailors at sea than it is otherwise. That's too bad. Let's use this money, upgrade some centers of trade, why don't we? Actually, no, we won't. We're going to build a university here. No. Here. There we go. Need 150 more gold. We're not going to get it from raiding here, but it's worth a shot. Okay. Back to privateering in the Sevilla trade node. The reason I'm doing Sevilla is because that's where the gold actually ends up. If I do it in Genoa, I miss those trade fleets. So anyway, that will be it for this episode. We've managed to get larger than the Ottomans, get more trade coming in. Speaking of trade, let's throw merchants in charge of that. How much are we at here? We're doing pretty well at dominating this trade node. 37. So not great, but we're working on it. So anyway, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all next episode. Bye for now.